Good morning, world. We've just come to the land.
Gearing up.
Joe's gearing up, yep.
We decided to give it a go. There's a little gap in the rain window and see if we can get this thing started, this grass cutter, so we can clear the land. The land is very near to here. So yeah, going to get the gear on and hopefully it doesn't pee down on us.
In our last video, we had intended to drop Story off at school, which we done, and come to the land to try out our new weed whacker, which arrived 2 days ago. First time we're using it, but on the way here it absolutely poured down with rain, so we had to go and hide in a cafe. So we've had our coffee for the morning and we thought we would come back and attempt putting on socks.
Hopefully the thing starts.
Yeah, so we're here to kind of try it out, trying out the equipment that we just bought for the land.
It's too wet to do any real land clearing today. There's a mosquito on you. And yeah, it's probably going to be quite a few mosquitoes around. So yeah, see if it works and maybe clear the entranceway that leads towards the land.
So this is what we are talking about. This is our new piece of land clearing equipment here. We've picked up some fuel and we've got some oil for it, mainly for peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because we haven't even turned it on yet.
I don't want to leave a review saying it's a good product either without knowing if it works. It might not start at all. So when this thing was shipped in the post, it said take this out and see if there was enough oil in it. I reckon they took the oil out to post it because there's barely anything in it. So if we started this thing and tried to use it without putting engine oil in, it would just be completely seized in a few hours. So I'm glad we actually checked it, because that would have been really dodgy. Again, there was nothing in the instructions to tell you to really do this.
You kind of have to know a little bit about this kind of machinery and a little bit about what you're doing before you start using this. It's quite a vicious blade on it as well.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be like full-blown farmers by the time we finish this house build. I don't want to use the funnel for both the petrol and the oil, so I'm going to have to try and get this in the hole. What do you reckon? Do you think I can do it?
Yes.
I haven't got very steady hands. Am I in?
Yeah, that's it. How do you know how much to put in?
It says when you sit it down on its back,
Yeah.
it should come up to the neck.
Oh, there you
So
go,
about
look.
there. Just right.
Okay.
Oh, it's raining.
Quick! Abandon! It is raining. Raining a lot and windy.
Managed to get the oil in and that's it. So today I've realised that we cannot rely on the weather forecast to be accurate. When we were sitting in the cafe drinking coffee, I was checking like the hourly forecast to see when the rain would come and go, and it looked like the rest of the day up until like 4 or 5 o'clock was going to be alright, but completely wrong. This is like heavy rain, like almost as heavy as when we were driving in this morning.
Yes, I know.
If I knew the weather was going to be like this today, I would have said to Story, don't bother going to school, we'll go on a sunnier day.
Yeah, because the whole plan was that we would do this while Story wasn't with us, just so she, wasn't hanging about. It just didn't plan out.
No.
So never mind. What can we do instead?
I don't know. I'm already in my brush cutting gear.
What was it? Wheat
reaper. Yeah, I'm a wheat reaper today.
Alright, this is where we are. We're in Delhi Street and we came to grab a sandwich. Got a baguette here. I took a bite already. How is it? Nice sandwich. Bread is really nice, really fresh, crispy, warm. It's been toasted, and inside we generated our own veggie sandwich. So it's got jalapenos, olives, mustard, roasted veggies, lettuce and tomato on a baguette. We're going to go and get Story in a second as well, but we got her focaccia with olives and lettuce. Bit of a strange sandwich, but that's what she eats at the moment.
Yeah.
She's gotten quite picky.
Sacha asked me this morning, what do you want for your first meal of the day? I said, I don't care, as long as it's warm and crispy. And I got it. Warm and crispy baguette.
Yes. You can also get an Americano here, and they also have soy milk, so we may get a little coffee after, maybe when Story's here while she's having her sandwich, because Joe and I can't wait. We were hungry, so we've started on our lunch already without Story.
Alright, moment of truth. I've just put some gasoline inside this thing. I've taken the blade off and everything, but I just want to see if it works. I don't want to last another couple of days without testing this thing out to see if it's actually genuine and a working product. Let's try and start the thing up. So I've put the choke on. This is the first start, so turn the power on, and then we're gonna have to pull this cord and see if the bad boy goes. I can see the fuel slowly coming up the pipe. Watch. Get in there. Alright, so far so good. It's not too noisy. If this was a two-stroke, we'd all be holding our ears and holding our noses. It's also not too smelly. Just going to take it away from the house a bit and see what noise it makes when I pull the trigger a bit more. Sorry for my hair, by the way. Alright, it's not a scam, it works. I just want to see how easy it is to restart now that it's warmed up a little bit. I'm just gonna pull it once. So there you go, my cheap Lazada purchase was not a scam, actually a banging deal. One thing I'm noticing is like the exhaust is right there underneath that. So you've got to make sure you don't put your hand in there at any point because it's burning hot already. One of my land-owning buddies said if you buy one of these things, make sure you get a spare carburetor because they can get fouled up really easily. A lot of the fuel on this island has got quite a bit of water in it. So if you leave it sitting and you don't use it daily, which I won't be, you either have to drain out all the fuel or you have to just go outside and start it up every now and again. So it's good to have a spare carburetor because if you do have to leave it for a long time, you then have a spare if anything goes crazy in there, like if it gets all corroded or if the seals break or something like that. Same thing with the motorbikes on this island. If you don't use them every 2 or 3 days, they kind of get ruined. So I'm aware of the problems. I am pleased with how quiet it is. I'm sure you can't really tell from when you're watching the video here, but that's not bad. And it's not smoky or anything, which is a good sign. Nothing seems to be leaking out of it. Doesn't smell bad. The exhaust blowback isn't even that hot either, but maybe after a few hours of trying it, it will be a different story. I'm happy. All right, I'm so hot and sweaty. I've been in this long sleeve top and these trousers and trainers all day, anticipating that we were going to do some land clearing, and now in this situation. But at least now I know exactly what's going to happen when we get there, when the weather gets better. I think that next week we're going to have a whole week of good sunshine and we're just going to get down there and start blasting. And once we get rid of the big brushy materials around the edges, then we'll get the nylon strimmer and start doing the grass. But I mean, the land doesn't have proper grass on it. It would be nice to plant some of this stuff when we get closer to the build around the house area. The rest can be that kind of leafy stuff we get here in the Philippines. It's all part of our land owning journey. I actually can't believe still that I managed to get this thing for so cheap. I think it worked out to about 50 British pounds in total, whereas the one on the island was about 140 pounds or more. And my friends say that they had to pay something like 18,000 pesos for theirs, which is almost 300 pounds. And that just, you know, beyond me, especially if this thing does its job when we start clearing the land. Glad to have those clothes off. Story's about to go to bed, aren't you? Feeling sleepy?
Yeah.
Alright, night, little baby.
Bye.
See you in the morning. You're staying up for a bit longer, aren't you, Pops? Come play? Good. Not my shoe, Poppy. No, leave that. No, Poppy. Leave those. Drop my shoes. Wait, drop it. Good girl. Despite today's land clearing fail, I'm super glad that we managed to test out the grass cutter, and I'm really excited for next week. You may have noticed that we've started putting all of the buying land videos and the land buying journey videos into a playlist which comes up at the end of the vlog, so check that out if you're interested in only that side of the journey. It helps to kind of categorize things, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.